Hi, and welcome to the lesson where we'll be discussing syntax and usage of the string format method. During this lesson, we'll discuss the following topics: the syntax and usage of the string format method, and also we'll see some examples of formatting strings using the placeholders and format specifiers. The string format method is an extremely powerful tool for formatting and concatenating strings in Java. The basic syntax of the string format method is as follows. You can see it on the screen: string.format, then format string goes, and arguments. The first argument is format string, is the format string that specifies the format of the resulting string. The second argument, args, is a variable argument list that contains the values that are to be formatted and concatenated with the format string. So here is an example to demonstrate the usage of the string format method. Let's define string variable name with value Andre. I will put my own name here. Next, let's define int variable age. Let's put 27, for instance. And now let's define one more variable, result, and assign it the following value: string.format. And now this is a string that will contain the format. So the format will be the following: my name is, then %s, because name is a string and placeholder for string is %s, and I am %d. This is because %d is a placeholder for a number, years old. And now after the comma, we need to specify the list of arguments. So the first one is name. It will replace the placeholder %s, name. And after that, %d, it's age. And finally, let's print out the result. Okay, so let's run the program and see the output. Okay, so we can see that my name is Andre and I am 27 years old was printed at the console. So in this example, we have defined two variables, name and age, and use the string format method to concatenate and format these values with the format string my name is %s and I am %d years old. The %s and %d placeholders in the format string specify the type of the values that will be formatted. In this case, %s specifies that a string value will be formatted, and %d specifies that an integer value will be formatted. In conclusion, the string format method is a very useful tool for formatting and concatenating strings in Java. And in the next part of this lesson, we will take a look at some examples of formatting strings using placeholders and format specifiers. Now let's take a look at format specifiers. Format specifiers are used to specify the type of data that the placeholder represents, and they also control the way that the data is formatted. Some common format specifiers include %s for strings, %d for integers, and %f for floating point numbers. For example, consider the following code. In this code, we have a floating point number represented by the placeholder %.2f, which specifies that the number should be formatted with 2 decimal places. So in case if we just want to print the floating point number, we would write the following %f, right? And since we want the number to be formatted with 2 decimal places, we also specify .2 between the percent sign and f. So let's run the program and see the output. Okay, so now we can see that the price is $12.50. And if for some reason we want to have more decimal places, like 5, we can just update the format and rerun the program. And as you can see now, we have 5 decimal places. You can also use format specifiers to control the width and alignment of the formatted data. For example, consider the following code. So we have defined 2 variables. First is the string variable with name Andrei, and second one with age, let's say 27. And in this code, the format specifiers %10s and %3d specify the width of the formatted data. The 10 in the %10s specifies that the string should be padded with spaces to make it 10 characters wide. And the 3 in %3d specifies that the integer should be padded with spaces to make it 3 characters wide. So let's run the program and see the output. Okay, so we can see that Andrei was padded and 27 was padded with 3 spaces as well. So in this part of the lesson, we have seen how to format strings using placeholders and format specifiers in the String.format method. By combining placeholders and format specifiers, you can control the way that your data is formatted and displayed in a clear and readable way. And I hope you found this lesson helpful and informative. And as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for attention and see you on the next one. Happy coding. Bye.